Welcome to this video in which I'd like to share with you 4 reasons why I meditate, why I practice mindfulness in my everyday life. So really I can say that mindfulness changed my life completely. Like from night to day, completely. And I started on my mindful journey around 4 years ago, and then last year I became a practitioner, and this year I've become a trainer of mindfulness, of mindfulness-based cognitive therapy. And even though we are living through the worst pandemic that we have seen in over a century, I can sincerely say that I have never felt happier in my life. So, thanks to mindfulness and the peace that it has brought into my life, I can really say that I live my life day by day and I get to enjoy it. So, here are 4 reasons why I meditate and why I persist with meditation. Even if I'm busy, or even if I'm stressed, or even if I don't feel like it. That's the one thing that I constantly keep making time for on a day-to-day basis. So, the first reason why I meditate is that I don't like the person that I had become. In a life which is marked by stress and traffic and people stressing and the drama of everyday life and the rat race, where we never have enough time for ourselves and we never have enough time for the loved ones. I became a very cynical person. I became a person who, well, I don't think I was very nice to be around, to be honest. And I was very negative and I was very resentful. And my knee-jerk reaction was to react. I reacted to people I loved and I reacted to situations. I didn't have clarity or space in my mind to have a measured response. And I wasn't happy. This negativity in my life wasn't making me happy. So, although I tried to find the reasons why I was unhappy, I just couldn't pinpoint it. So this dissatisfaction remained with me in my life. And the world around me now hasn't changed, but I know that my outlook has changed. And I am no longer that negative person because meditation has brought space into my mind and I no longer identify with those narrowing and belittling self-thoughts, self-doubts, and the narrative or negative chatter in my mind. So, not liking who I had become really gave me a push to wanting to change, to wanting to learn the skills how to change, which is what mindfulness has given me. The second reason why I meditate is because it gives me clarity. Practicing mindfulness has brought a lot of clarity into my daily life. And in fact, every morning before I meditate, I sit down and I say, by taking the time to practice, I hope to achieve clarity of mind. And that takes me on to the other things that I want to foster in my life, joy or gratitude, but clarity is one of them. And clarity for me came overnight actually. It came with the loss of somebody very special for me. And when we experience these moments of loss, there tends to be a readjustment of values, which is what happened to me. But I had already been practicing mindfulness for a couple of years and I was already feeling much happier. I was much more contained in my emotions, so I didn't feel like I was spilling over with my anxiety and with my reactions. I was more centered, I was more contained. And learning about mindfulness also helped me to understand how the mind works and how it is possible to become a slave to one's own mind a slave to one's own thoughts and fears and anxieties. So learning the sort of the theory behind it as well, the scientific research that we are so lucky to be able to follow and learn from nowadays, also helped me because it gave me the motivation to sit down every day and practice. And with this clarity came the knowledge of the things that I wanted to change in my life. And so I made a plan. I couldn't change overnight, even though my clarity came overnight. And so in this plan, I decided that I wanted to have more nourishing activities in my life as opposed to depleting activities. And I wanted to have more personal and professional relationships which nourish the soul as well, rather than destroy it. And I chose to be creative, and I chose to be artistic, and I chose to make time for the things that really matter to me. So, as I said, this clarity came overnight, but I couldn't implement the plan overnight. And in the months that followed between this clarity, this realization, this epiphany, if you want, and the days when I was able then to later on implement this plan, I had a lot of doubt. I had a lot of self-doubt. I had a lot of thoughts and why are you taking this route, and thinking of the people who felt I was letting them down perhaps, thinking of the people who couldn't understand this move that I wanted to make. So yes, I had a lot of doubt, but sitting down to practice every day gave me the courage and gave me the strength to stick to my clarity, to stick to my plan. And so the third reason why I meditate is that it makes me feel content and calm and contained. So as I said, I have more clarity in my mind. And because of this clarity, I have a lot more space in my mind. Because my mind isn't constantly filled with negative thoughts and anxiety and chatter and a narrative. I don't have that constantly. Of course, I'm human, thoughts still come, but I realize that I have more control. And because of this, I am really content. So when I go about my day, I have time, not just the time, I have the peace of mind to see the beautiful that is around me and to appreciate the moment and to appreciate the space in my mind as well. So as I go about my day to day, I look at the sky and I hear the birds and I nod to people as I drive, or I have a chat with the lady or the gentleman who's also buying cat food, as I'm buying cat food for this little one. And we have a chuckle about how fussy they tend to be. And I relate to people. In this space in my mind that I have found, I have given people a three-dimensionality again, which I had lost in that sense of anxiety. People are no longer just bodies in my way. People are people. People are three-dimensional. They carry their story. And I love interacting with them again. Through a pandemic, but yes, sharing a smile with a stranger, sharing a chuckle over cat idiosyncrasies makes the shared human experience really felt and really gives us a sense of place and purpose in life. And I don't feel like I am trying to fight my way through life anymore, because there's solidarity with other people. And the fourth reason why I meditate is gratitude. Gratitude is a natural result of all the transformations which I have undergone and all the transformations which I have discussed with you in this video, and which I am still undergoing. These are not absolutes, these are processes. So on a day-to-day basis, we can develop these senses, these feelings. And as I said, I hear the sounds of birds, and as soon as I hear the sound of birds, I feel grateful. I feel grateful that I am in the present moment. I feel grateful that I have the presence of mind, that I have health, and I have stability, and that I have so many things in my life. And when I see clouds in the sky, when I see or hear the whispering of the leaves in the trees, this immense joy and feeling of gratitude wells up inside of me. And when my mind was busy with worries and negative self-talk, I wasn't open to seeing all this beauty that surrounds me. I wasn't open to being in the present moment. And I am now so infinitely grateful that mindfulness has helped me to wake up to the life that I already had. I just am able to appreciate it more. And I have the skills to appreciate it more. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you are still on your first days of meditation, of your mindful journey, take courage. It really changes lives. Of that I can assure you. Thanks for watching.